talked about how they'd like to sort of change Washington a little bit in a calm and such way. This guy's going to kick over the table. Ride the rainbow, rock the sky.
There should be no bank too big to fail and no individual too powerful to jail.
There's nothing on earth could persuade me ever to vote for Hillary Clinton.
You're sure you don't want to think about that for a second?
No, absolutely not.
Welcome to Intellectual Frog Legs.
You know, it's always cool when you get to meet somebody that you respect. And just a few days ago, I got to meet best-selling author and host of a show that a lot of people don't know about called Socrates in the City. It's cool, good stuff, though. It's good stuff. Anyway, Eric Metaxas. He's the guy that wrote the critically acclaimed biography Bonhoeffer about the pastor who was executed at age 39 by Hitler. You know, I enjoy listening to smart people, even though sometimes they make me feel like Matt Damon.
Matt Damon!
Here at Intellectual Frog Legs, we believe it's important to keep up to date with the social justice insults. So now they're calling us nativists and protectionists. And protectionists, surprisingly, not a condom manufacturer. Who knew? No, seriously, protectionism and nativism are really kind of close to being the same thing. Protecting your own interest when dealing with foreign governments or foreign entities. How is that an insult? I'm sorry. That's like insulting somebody with a compliment. Well, you have common sense and great hair. See, this is the upside down world we live in. Goodness gracious. Beam us up, Scotty, hurry. And welcome to Intellectual Frog Legs. I was talking to some 20-somethings who'd never read the Declaration of Independence. And of course they went to school. That's what makes it such a damn shame. You know, to these guys, George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson are nothing more than characters from a storybook. Kind of like Harry Potter or some crap. They don't make the connection that they were as flesh and blood as you and I are right now. We have such a magnificent history and rich, rich Christian heritage and cool stories of nobility and heroics that make people say, we did that? You're damn right we did that. America is badass. Anyway, back to the Declaration of Independence. My favorite part is the very last line.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
God save our American states!
God save our American states!
You know, it's important to know that Loretta Lynch was actually confirmed as our Attorney General, not by Obama and not by the Democrats, but by the Republicans. And everybody knew she was a radical. Everybody knew it. But they confirmed her anyway. And now these are the same Republicans who say Donald Trump, well, he's not who we are. Well, good. We might save this country then. Anyway, Loretta Lynch is just another example of an incompetent radical lefty who should have never ever been placed in a position of power. And see, being qualified for a job is not even a consideration. See, their job is to create chaos, because chaos is fertile ground for a crisis. And like Rahm Emanuel said,
you never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
This woman is our Attorney General, and she says she still doesn't know the motive of the Muslim killer in Orlando. How about he was Muslim? And she wants to fight terrorism with love. Give us a hug. And then, of course, the recent stupendously inappropriate meeting with Bill Clinton at the Phoenix airport. And lest we forget, it was Bill Clinton who actually appointed Loretta Lynch to the federal bench in the first place. Oh, and here's a fun side note. Hillary's saying now she's probably just going to keep Loretta Lynch on as Attorney General.
That's like a bribe, isn't it? Isn't that sort of a bribe? I think it's a bribe. I mean, the Attorney General sitting there saying, you know, if I get Hillary off the hook, I'm going to have 4 more years or 8 more years. But if she loses, I'm out of a job. It's a bribe. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
I thought it would be easier to carry just one device.
She also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email,
so that the emails were immediately captured and preserved.
There was no archiving at all of her emails.
That was my obligation. I fully fulfilled it.
They deleted all emails they did not produce to state, and the lawyers then cleaned their devices in such a way as to preclude complete forensic recovery.
And Bill, this dude's up to his eyeballs in this Clinton Foundation crap.
I got to pay our bills.
And you think he's not drooling over the prospect of getting his crooked ass back in the White House? We cannot allow this. We cannot allow the Clintons back in there.
All lives matter, not just black lives. All lives matter, not just black lives. And Christians, because I'm my bone to pick is with Christian people. We supposed to know better. All these black leaders go out of their way to throw shade on Trump, but they don't say nothing about Obama, and they supposed to be Christians. This man has promoted perversion. He wants little boys and little girls in the bathroom with each other. I'm finna get in a lot of trouble. This stuff is wickedness. Wickedness, wickedness, wickedness.
Hello, my love. I heard a kiss from you. Red magic satin playing near too. All through the morning rain I gave. The sun doesn't shine. Rainbows and waterfalls run through my mind.
But you know what? We're actually going to stay on the Republican Party for a bit because it's good to know as much as you can about the cancer you're about to cut out. We gave these guys the biggest majority they've had since 1929. They didn't earn it. We gave it to them. We gave it to them, and they had one job. Stop Obama. Stop Obama. And not only did they not even slow him down, they funded the dude's entire agenda. And they just stand there as this rogue government continues to attack its own citizens. Attack after attack after attack. There's so many people don't even remember.
Last night I heard this politician talking about his brand new mission. Liked his plans, but they came undone when it got around to God and guns.
Our federal government's become the biggest crime syndicate ever in the history, probably of the planet. And they don't have to tell the truth. They don't have to keep their promises. They don't have to explain the millions of dollars in their bank accounts because the press is right there with them. I mean, seriously, what a gig. There's not a whole lot to worry about when you control the Justice Department.
And my real fear is this. It's what the chairman touched upon. This double-track justice system that if you are a private in the Army and you email yourself classified information, you will be kicked out. But if you are Hillary Clinton and you seek a promotion to commander-in-chief, you will not be.
Nobody's punished. Nobody lost their job. Isn't it amazing how the federal government never seems to find the federal government guilty of anything? That's why we need...
We're going to take this country back from these thieves and these crooks.
Did Did you ever think when you eat Chinese, it ain't pork or chicken but a fat Siamese? Yet the food tastes great so you don't complain. But that's not chicken in your chicken chow mein.
Anyway, I am so proud to welcome to the program my friend and cartoonist extraordinaire, Antonio F. Branco. On his cartoons, he's known as A.F. Branco, but around here, we just call him the Pencil Whisperer.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome aboard, my man.
Hey, it's great to be here, Joe Dan. Appreciate you having me on.
Anyway, man, you know, a lot of your tunes actually make me LOL.
For real?
Yeah, really, laugh out loud, I'm telling you. Especially the one that got me most recently was that your cartoon immediately following Trump's speech where he just torched the media. He destroyed them. What's your thought process, you know, to come up with that funny as hell cartoon? How do you do that?
So what you have is you have Trump at a press rally or a press conference with the media out front, and they ask him a bunch of bizarre questions, and he just torches them. Well, first thought that came to my mind was a bunch of media guys all burnt to a crisp, with their eyes all bugged out, wondering what the heck just happened. and then Trump asked them. He says, "Is there any more questions?"
Is this what it's going to be like covering you if you're president?
Yeah, it is. Let me tell you something. I'm a person. Okay, yeah, it is going to be like this, David. If the press writes false stories, I'm going to continue to attack the press. Look, I find the press to be extremely dishonest. I find the political press to be unbelievably dishonest. I will say that. Okay, thank you all very much.
I'm burning for you.
And I know that when you're doing your cartoons, you have to be laughing.
For a while, but after you look at a cartoon for 4 or 5 hours, it gets kind of old.
It's not funny anymore.
Yeah, but it's still, I still know the gist of it.
But you're still chuckling inside.
Oh, sometimes, yeah. It's horrible to laugh at your own jokes, isn't it?
Well, if I didn't, nobody else would. Well, you know, the thing is, I sit here by myself, you know, most of the time. And I tell these jokes, I'm like, I should probably be in a mental hospital, I guess.
Take me away,
I'm going to try to be as cool as Milo and read something like he does from his cell phone. Okay, so I've got a question here from one of our cohorts, Carrie. She says, what's your major source of news and which ones inspire your cartoons the most?
Well, I read all sorts of news. I have a feed that comes on my email. Drudge Report, Fox News, Liberty Alliance has a lot of news sources through all their websites. Breitbart, just a lot of them.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer. Is it supposed to be Frog Legs and Your Voice Radio?
Yeah, that was
that's
at
what
the
you
top
meant.
of the list, but I was working my way up to number one.
Yeah. All right. Next question here on. So I feel like we're on a game show, but you don't win nothing. How do you know when one of your cartoons has struck a particular sensitive nerve? In what ways do you receive feedback and or pushback? Also a question from Carrie.
Intellectualfroglegs.com.
Good answer. Next question. No. How do you know if you've struck a nerve somewhere? Do you get pushback?
Usually the nerve strikes with me. And when I see a cartoon, if I know something happens inside of me or the hair stands up in the back of my neck and I realize that, hey, this is something that's going to resonate. That isn't always the case, but that's the way I feel.
But when you do hit one, when you do strike a nerve out there, how do you know about it? I mean, do you get like hate mail?
Oh yeah, that's the number one indicator that I know I'm on the right track. When I get liberal hate mail coming in, violent words and spewing rhetoric at me, like, I mean, you wouldn't believe what the things that they can say to me.
Actually, I probably would.
Yeah, you could. But that's how I know that I've really hit something.
Yeah, that's what they say. If you're above the target, you know, that's when you know.
That's when you get the flack, yeah.
But how long have you been a professional cartoonist?
I started around 2010 when I was really frustrated with what was happening with all the Obama regulations and the things that Obama was doing. There was no pushback, it seemed like. And out of frustration, I just felt like I had to vent some way. Well, I can draw, so that's where I went with it. Started pumping out the cartoons. People seemed to like them, and it's just growing from there.
So anyway, so you keep up with the news on a daily basis, I imagine. And when you hear Obama, apologizing for Muslims, or like he just called the president of Turkey to offer his condolences for that Muslim attack. He never did call the governor of Florida. Well, what's your take on that there, Mr. Cartoonist?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much obvious to everybody by now, after 8 years of this guy, that he has more reverence for people other than his own citizens. He has more compassion for other people than his own citizens, by the way that he maintains the border. He seems to put other people, foreigners, other countries, runs it through a strain of political correctness and puts outside of America first. And I think that's why Donald Trump is resonating so much, is that he comes across all of his faults that Trump might have. The one thing that most people, I think, feel from him is that he would put America first.
I think you're right. I think a lot of people who are doubting Trump don't realize how serious he takes his brand.
Mm-hmm.
And this is business to him. He's not going to destroy the Trump name for his grandchildren.
Right.
So, and his ego, which people are always going to get us killed, I think his ego is one of the things that's going to make sure he succeeds.
Right. Well, in the beginning, I was for Cruz, but obviously Cruz was pushed out by Trump. But I've never had anything against Trump. I just preferred Cruz in the beginning. But having said that, now it's time for us to unite behind one candidate. I think Trump is a much better candidate than Hillary Clinton by far. And I feel that Trump is a very smart person who, throughout his history, throughout his business negotiations and his business dealings, he seems to be able to put the best people together to accomplish something. And he's not afraid to admit that he doesn't know something and advise it over to somebody that does, and hire the right people to do it. So I think with his ability to do that, he's going to get the right people in his cabinet.
Oh, do you have any products that we should know about?
Well, let me see if I can find one around here somewhere. Oh, here it is.
So these are like coffee table books, or just, what do you call them? Just a regular book, or just a...
Yeah, there's about 76, 80 pages here, and there's a gob of cartoons in here.
Oh, that's some excellent bathroom literature.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, it's a bathroom book.
See, there you go. That was the whole reason I bought my iPad.
Oh, yeah.
TMI. All right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you being here with us. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, and I had a good time.
Yeah, we need to do this more often. And
I would love that.
Maybe we had somebody to tell us exactly what we were doing. We might do a better job.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing great, man.
Thanks a lot. You fired me up. And, dude, thank you so much for being here on Intellectual Frog Legs.
Thank you.
A friend of mine asked me, are the Clintons so hell-bent on recapturing the White House and the presidency that they would have their opponents assassinated? It's a strong question. Let's ask former Clinton associate Ron Brown. Oh, he's dead? Oops. Well, let's ask Vince Foster. He's dead too. How about Charlie Ruff? Dead? Jim McDougal. Oh, he's dead too. Well, nobody's available for comment, so the jury's still out on that one. That's how our media covers stuff. Isn't it? They're so crooked, so corrupt.
It must be nice, it must be nice to have Washington on your side.
Fly like an eagle to the sea.
Thank you guys so much for being here, and a special thanks to Branko for being here with me. Please stop by the website and subscribe to the show alerts. Now, this is important. When you subscribe to us at Vimeo or YouTube, you're actually subscribing to Vimeo and YouTube. You go to my website, subscribe, then you get my dazzling emails. What a treat. I don't send many of them. So subscribe to the show alerts and donate if you can. Frog Legs are free to watch, but they ain't free to make. And you know, we're kind of like NPR, just without the annoying soft talkers and the free money or the communist agenda. So give till it hurts. And join us on Facebook and Twitter and share the show with everybody you can. Sharing the show is huge. Appreciate that. And I hope you'll come back for the next exciting episode of Intellectual Frog Legs. God bless.